Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Oakland A's franchise on MLB The Show 23. Last episode, we left off with 3 of our draft picks yet to sign with us, with not much time to bring them in. But first, we have a big series against some subscribers from the Colorado Rockies. Welcome everybody to Coors Field in Denver, Colorado, as the Rockies are 42-62, taking on our 47-win Oakland A's. Casey Wood, a not just subscriber, but channel member pitcher, and he is getting blasted in the first inning already. It's our first round pick, Mr. Kenny Stevens, with his 11th home run of the season, 433 feet off the bat. Casey Wood already starting out poorly. He will oppose Gavin Williams from our Oakland A's today, having a rough season, but trying to turn it around, and later on in the top of the third, Kenny Stevens is going to help it out, as it's a 2-1 game, but look at Stevens getting it over the right fielder's head and driving home another run. But the buck doesn't stop there. It's Oscar Gonzalez with a single to center field. The throw to the plate not in time as Stevens comes home for the 4th run. It'll bring up Jordan Walker. Still in this top of the 4th, just Casey Wood just cannot get out of it, and Walker puts it into the gap in right center field for another double, another RBI, and Tyler Soderstrom keeping it going in the top of the 4th with a ding. 57 hits a 418-footer, 97 miles an hour off his bat. Soderstrom's 5th of the year. Zach Veen, big prospect for the Rockies, he goes down. Jonathan Loaizaga just ends this thing 7-1. Casey Wood goes to 0-4 on his season. Gavin Williams goes to 5-9. The A's are going to be looking for the sweep here at 48-57. They won 16-3 in a simulated first game of the series. Now they will take on subscriber St. Patrick. He is 1-4 on his season. Jose Suarez is 6-8, but he's pitching much better than that, just not getting the run support. But he'll get it today. Shea Langoliers with the bases bombed, hits himself a 2 RBI single into center. And then Reed Hoffman coming up, and he's going to take this the other way, Oppo Field, for a single and the 3rd run of the game. But later it's close, 3-2, when Jake Rogers comes up to the plate. This throw to the plate is not in time, and we have got a tie game at 3. Look at the solo shot from Langoliers, who had a great game. And that'll bring in Colby Gaynor with the chance to close her out. 24 out of 29 on his save opportunities, facing Chris Bryant, and goodbye. He goes out for out number 1. He was 2 for 3 on the day, though. Warming Bernabel, one of my favorite names in the whole game. He strikes out as well. Colby Gaynor just came in hot. Benny Montgomery then down the line at 3rd, and Sherton Apostle will get the throw onto 1st to give the A's another win against our very esteemed subscriber / channel member prospects. Colby Gaynor with his 25th save of the season. So now it is the July 31st trade deadline, and we will of course be making moves. At the deadline, the Red Sox lead the AL East, Twins lead the Central, and the Rangers lead the West. We are currently in the basement of the West, but only 9.5 games out of the final wild card, so I don't want to go full sell. Astros, Mariners, Guardians, Rays, and Angels are the more serious contenders, though, for the wild card. In the NL, the Phillies lead the East, the Cardinals lead the Central, and the Padres lead the West, with the Cubs, Marlins, Braves, Mets, D-backs, Brewers, and Pirates really all being in contention for the wild card right now. Contract extension deadline is also coming up, and Eric Lauer seems to come at a little bit of a value here at $10.9 million a year for an extension. For a guy putting up solid WAR numbers that he has over the last 5 years, we can afford to give him a 5-year, $54.5 million extension that comes with a player option for that 5th year. As far as trade targets are concerned, I like Luis Patino, who is just 25 years old and offers solid potential to bolster the rotation further. His last 3 seasons have all been pretty solid in WAR, but we'd be banking on him taking a step forward if we were to bring him in and then try to pay him. With Patino as a target, though, we say goodbye to Shintaro Fujinami and Jose Alvarado, who are both not pitching as well as we'd hoped that they would. Marcelo Mayer could be a huge get for us as a piece for the future, so that's an instant pull the trigger on that trade. Next, the Goldie experiment has just not worked out, as he is posting career lows, including an OPS. And the same can be said about Nick Madrigal, with career lows in average, OBP, slugging, and OPS. So as a package deal, we ship them both to the Angels, yes I know, in division, for Kenny Reyna and Alex Leak. They were young, high-potential infielders, and the Angels are really looking to make the playoffs. Without Madrigal, we look for a new second baseman, and we were looking at Jonathan India. He's actually posting career highs right now at the plate, and he could be wonderful to get us through the rebuild and into respectability before he gets too old. Not to mention, it only costed Junior Caminero and Curtis Ellis to get this deal done. So thanks, Cincy. Now we get Luis Patino on the squad, and we're gonna send Daniel Gonzalez and Reggie Rossi. Now I do like both of those players, but it was the least that we could give up in all 6 of the offers, and I wish them the best. Now, to take care of those draft picks, Freddie McGregor took $427,000 to sign with us. Geraldo Villanueva signs on as well for $921,000, and Corey McClendon took the rest of the bonus allotment that we had, but we did get him signed too. I wasn't risking it. How good were these picks, you say? Frankie Miller is so good. 71 overall, 98 potential. Some YouTubers out there would call this generational. It isn't, but he's damn good. The generational guys have been in the high 70s, even 80s, that only come around every 4 to 6 drafts or so, and I know that because we haven't had one in this series yet, but that doesn't take anything from Frankie. He'll be really, really good at the plate, and you can tell. Power is there, contact is there. Defense, not quite. But we'll see what we can do with him. Lucius Robert gives us 90 potential, but only at a 58 overall, and pretty much matches our other outfielders with higher contact than power, tons of speed, and no fielding or arm. So a predictable draft pick for the Oakland Athletics. Luke Fielder could be solid. He's a 61 with only 72 potential, but his walks per 9 and hits per 9 are his best assets, so that's going to help out a little bit. Probably going to be a AAA beast at best one day. I personally think that the game hosed us on Marco Becerra's potential only being 73. He's a 68 overall with great walks per 9, decent homers per 9, and great break. Again, he's probably going to kill it in AA and AAA, but I'm not sure if he's ever going to make our major league roster. The last of the C potential players is Corey McClendon, a 64 overall with 72 potential, and another pitcher with good break. However, all of his per 9s are solid right now for AA and AAA, so as a reliever, McClendon really could be the best pitcher that we selected in the draft as far as ready right now. Geraldo Villanueva is another speedy outfielder, but he's only 45 overall. It's going to take a really long time for him to reach that 88 potential that he's boasting. Although he's another non-fielder with no arm, at least his hitting seems kind of balanced even if it's not great right now. And finally, we had Freddie McGregor, a closer that I wasn't at all planning on drafting, but the scouts just insisted and insisted, and they were right. A 90 potential guy at 62 overall with really solid hits per 9 and Ks per 9. At only 19, he could end up growing into one of the top closers later on, and we got him with our final pick. What do you think of the draft class this year? Who's your favorite outside of Frankie Miller, since I know that's the easy pick this year? And make sure that you leave yourself a player name below if you want to join a squad. All right, one more game here special for you guys. Minute Maid Park. It's the 64-49 Astros taking on our 52-win A's. Lance McCullers is 11-6 on the year with some pretty good stats. Aside from the whip, it's not that great. Luis Patino will make his first start today. We'll see how he will do with our club. Already has a runner on second base, and Alex Bregman is going to take this thing deep out to left field. It is gone. And that is not a great start for Luis Patino's athletics career. 431 feet for Bregman, 17th of the year, giving the Astros a 2-0 lead. Kyle Tucker, though, will go down looking at it. He's batting .347 on the year, but he didn't get a hit there. Here's Colton Wong right into the glove down third baseline. So now with runners on the corners, we need some runs. Jordan Walker brings one in. That'll make it 2-1, and then Tyler Soderstrom still in this top of the second. This one is back and back, but not far enough as we get through the middle of the second. Patino in trouble again in the bottom half of the second, but he gets a nice strikeout to get himself out of it. That'll bring up Kenny Stevens with a runner on third base. He flies out to deep center field, but that should be enough to bring the runner home. It is successful as it's 2-2 off of the Kenny Stevens sacrifice. Later on, Kenny Stevens adding more insult to injury as this one is a 3-run blast for his 12th of the season. It's been hot in this episode. I, of course, love Kenny. I think he'll be a wonderful player. And Tim Anderson gonna help him out. A 2-run bomb off of Efrain Contreras in the top of the 7th inning. His 14th home run of the year. Tim Anderson's played really, really well for us since we've gotten him, and I absolutely adore him. And here he is again in the top of the 9th inning. That's a deep fly ball all the way out to left field. Nobody's gonna get that. Runner from first comes all the way home. And that is Hoffman. Of course he was going to score. An 8-4 win for our Athletics here, as the A's would win both games to start that series against the Astros. In our next episode, we'll begin right away with a game hosted in the Chicago Cubs and channel member prospect Noah Creech. Thank you, channel members, for all of your above and beyond support that you show me and the channel. Thank you to everybody for supporting this series. Keep it up. I like you guys sharing the videos, liking the videos. Do it wherever you can. Tag me if you do it. It really does help me out, and it's totally free for you guys. If no one has let you know today, I will. I love you, FG fam.